What's up guys, Doomwake here. Welcome to another modern video on the channel. We are going to be playing some Yawgmoth today. For those of you who don't know, over this past weekend, the modern challenges were absolutely dominated by Yawgmoth. Took home both of the trophies on Saturday and Sunday was actually a mirror match in the finals. You can actually go check out DemonicTutors. I'll link a description in the description below. I'll link excuse me, I can't speak today. I will drop a link to DemonicTutors Twitch chat in the description below. He plays a lot of Yawgmoth, and this is kind of his baby, and this is his list that I copied. So yeah, this deck had an amazing performance, so I wanted to showcase it to you guys. And this is a deck that I haven't actually played on the channel yet, so for those of you who have been itching for the Yawgmoth content, here you go. Now, what is this deck doing? It's fairly straightforward at its base. You are trying to set up an infinite combo. The infinite combo is Yawgmoth plus any two Undying creatures. That could be Stranglerootgeist, Young Wolf, Messenger. So basically what happens is if you have Yawgmoth and two Undying creatures, you sacrifice an Undying creature to draw a card, comes back with a counter. You sacrifice the other Undying creature to put a -1/-1 counter on the Undying creature that you just sacrificed, cancels out the +1/+1, the other one comes back, and the new one resets. And you basically just loop that over and over again, which essentially is a build-your-own Yawgmoth's bargain. Those of you who don't know, just pay a life, draw a card. Now, there are a couple ways you can actually execute a kill from there, because that, like, if you have Wolf, Geist, and Yawgmoth, that's not a kill straight up. You just draw a bunch of cards. But the way that you kill them is either with Blood Artist or Geralf's Messenger. So, if you have Messenger in the loop, and you have more life than your opponent, each time you go through the loop, you deal your opponent 2 damage, so Messenger coming back enough times will kill them, or the Blood Artist actually makes it infinite, because every time you sacrifice a creature to lose a life to the Yawgmoth, you gain that life back and then drain your opponent for 1. So your basically net is, you lose no life, they lose a life. So that also kills them. And then the rest of the deck is essentially just tutors, which is Court of Calling and Eldritch Evolution, more ways to find Yawgmoth or Undying creatures, whatever you're missing. Mana Dorks, Ignoble Hierarch, Birds of Paradise, Wall of Roots. And then, so other than mana, tutors, and combo, there's only a few quote-unquote flex spots. We have 4 copies of Grist the Hunger Tide. This is a huge addition for Modern Horizons 2. It plays so unbelievably well with this deck, because not only is it just very good with creatures that return from the graveyard to the battlefield, like Geist and Young Wolf. You can just sacrifice an Undying creature to the minus ability, and you basically lose nothing to kill their best creature, or Planeswalker. It also is a creature in your deck, which means you can search for it with Court of Calling and Eldritch Evolution, which is kind of insane. There are just, a lot of spots where you just go Evolution, sack my guy, get a Grist, minus, kill your best guy, and you basically lost nothing because all of your stuff comes back, and they lost their best creature, and now you have a Planeswalker in play, and they have nothing. And then the last flex spot here, we have 1 Endurance main deck. There is a ton of Murktide running around, so Endurance is a good card to main deck. Again, you can get it with Evolution and Chord, and, pretty good stuff there. And then, as far as the mana base is concerned, we have some interesting things to talk about. We have a Dryad Arbor, a Boseiju, 2 Peatlands. Pretty much just those are the ones that matter. The Dryad Arbor is kind of cute, because not only can you fetch it if you have, a fetch land, but you can also get it with Chord for 0. And having a creature in your mana base when you have Yawgmoth, just another way to get a free card, is pretty good. So that is the main deck. I think that's all I wanted to touch on. Moving on to the sideboard, we have 4 copies of Thoughtseize, just a really good card against the control decks and the 4-color decks. 2 Necromenches, mostly here for Rhinos, because that matchup is really bad, but also can come in against, other various combo decks. 2 Force of Vigors for Hammer Time, 3 Endurances for Murktide and Living End. We got a Scavenging Ooze also for Living End. Might be good against Murktide. I feel like this one's probably too slow against Murktide, but stuff like Dredge or something along those lines. Outland Liberator here to be able to be tutorable against Hammer Time, just a tutorable way to kill Saga or Colossus Hammer. And then 2 copies of Crime Punishment, very good against Rhinos, very good against Hammer Time. So that is the deck list. Again, DemonicTutors is the person who played and won the challenge with this deck. He's been working on this deck for God knows how long, a long time, we'll just say that. So if you want to check him out, I will drop a link to his Twitch in the description below. And with that, I will see you back here in just a little bit for round number 1. Alright, everybody, it is time to make a fool out of myself because I have almost... Well, no, I've played a little bit of Yawgmoth before, but... So, we opened up on an interesting hand. Of course, we have the stinky Dryad Arbor in our opening hand, and we actually don't have a third black source. But we do have a potential turn 2 Grist, and we're on the draw. I think this hand is a keep. It's pretty close, at least in my estimation. Turn 2 Grist is one of your... one of your better starts, so I think this hand's okay, but let me know in the comments if you got any Yawgmoth players. I can't wait to get chewed up in the comments with this video, because I know I'm gonna miss some things. This deck is very intricate, so bear with me. I have not played a ton of this deck. I guess the problem with this hand is it does kind of have to draw a black source at some point for the messenger, but like these are... I guess the Dryad Arbor doesn't really count as a spell. This kind of does, depending on the matchup, so... It's like, it looks like a land-heavy hand, but these are, sometimes more than lands. Okay, no Bolt, that's good. They pitched a Borrower, so probably Murktide? I wonder if they just go land Murktide, do I go Grist minus sack my bird? Probably. I probably have to kill the Murktide. Okay, that's kind of dicey. Do they not have a land? I wonder if they... Okay, never mind. I was going to say, I wonder if they don't play a land if I just fire off the Grist and the Channeler. It looks like they're going to kill my bird. No, Dash Ragavan. Okay, well hopefully we find a 2-drop, because I want to go Wolf plus 2-drop here. That would be ideal. I'm not going to play Grist. Perfect. Alright, let's just go Geist and Wolf. Oops, I can't sack my Peat land. Alright, Geist, Wolf, your turn. We have 2 good blockers for the Ragavan. We have a Grist set up to kill the Dragon's Rage Channeler next turn. And, yeah, I don't know. This is okay. I mean, they have 5 cards, so... Looks like we're going to take 3. That's kind of fine. Draw Yawgmoth, we're off to the races. I would say an Eldritch Evolution, but they likely have a counterspell, which is likely going to be pointed at Grist. That is not great, because that's a second flying attacker that can threaten Grist. Just going to bolt the bird now. Well, they thought about it. I think they have a bolt in their hand. Surprising that they're saving, unless it's a heat and they want to save it for Yawgmoth, which kind of makes sense. I do think my play is kind of just forced. As much as I don't like this. This play is good if I draw a second Grist next turn, because they're obviously going to end up killing the Grist. So I'm just going to minus first. I don't really think I want to attack. Because I could go, like, sacrifice Geist, kill this, attack with Geist, but then they probably just trade. And I kind of just want to keep the Geist in play, if that makes sense. So I think I'm just going to sack the Wolf and just choose to not attack. And then we'll just play the Messenger, play the Overgrown Tune tapped. Not sure if that's right. Okay, they're going to heat the Grist. Interesting. I guess they want the extra Surveil. Okay, does that change my play? I still think I'm not going to attack. Because if I was going to attack, I would have just sacked this. Then attack for 3 and had this back, so that means they would need 2 removal spells in order to hit with Ragavan. But... Alright, 11. Need something good. Durance would be a good draw. Bird of Paradiso. Could just go Messenger, Bird, maybe Jump Block this turn. Okay, let's actually attack with the Young Wolf, I think. Leave back the Geist, so that, again, same thing, they can't have 2 removal spells. I assume they're going to block. Yeah. Which I think is fine. Basically, I just want to dump my hand. I don't even know if they're going to counter this. They might. Depends on their hand. Looks like they are. Okay, that's fine. Play a bird, play a Dryad Arbor. I don't think I'm going to chump block this turn. I think I'll just go to 7. And get the Dryad Arbor in play. And they have 2 cards, and they did not put a card on top, right? They bin Counterspell. Binning Counterspell is kind of scary. So I was going to say our best card to draw is Yawgmoth, but if they're binning Counterspell, I have a feeling that means they probably have one in their hand. But I am going to go to 7. Maybe I was supposed to attack with both last turn, assuming they block with Ragavan, because if they're going to block anyways, I might as well have just attacked. Guess it's worse if they dash second Ragavan, but then I can just trade with Arbor. Alright, let's pop the Peatland. Wall of Boots. Okay, let's go to attacks. Send for 3. I probably have to chump block this turn. I'm actually going to save the fetch land because there's a hypothetical world where I draw Endurance. Like, my Dryad Arbor dies, I Endurance my Dryad Arbor back in my deck and then fetch it out. I don't think that's likely to happen, but Boseiju, I can't imagine has text in this matchup. They bin Murktide? Okay. Well, if they're binning Counterspell and Murktide, that's kind of confusing. Because you feel like they'd be looking for one of those two. But they've been Counterspell last turn and then Murktide this turn. So, maybe they have both and they're just looking for land 4 to be able to hold up, to go Murktide Counterspell? I don't know. Okay, well, beatdown plan engage. Yeah, we might end up losing this race by just like a couple of points. And that one attack that we technically missed 2 attacks, right? Because there was the turn I didn't attack when I played the Grist, and then the turn that I did attack, I probably should have attacked with both. So, missed a couple of a chip shot attacks that might end up being pretty huge here. Kind of crazy how that works out. Alright, I'm not going to F6 just to make them think I have Court of Calling. But that's why I didn't play my land. Now that I have 1 bird left, I think I'm going to take this and just go to 4. Still not double bolt range, so I think it's okay. I blocked last turn because I had 2 blockers, because then like if I draw another bird, maybe I want to chump block this turn again. That's kind of why I decided to block last turn, but we have a 2-turn clock now, so it's not irrelevant. Is it good enough? I mean, probably not, but okay. So this is the turn they tap out for Murktide. So this is the turn we need to find... Oh, I guess blocking is better if we draw Yawgmoth, because we have more life to work with. Alright, Yawgmoth. Wall of Roots, huh? Well, we are dead on board. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, maybe I missed a chip shot attack here or there, but also they probably would have just played a little bit more aggressively, and I ended up just kind of breaking off anyways, so I don't know that it would have mattered. Alright, so against Murktide, Endurance seems cracked. Necromentia, no. Scoos, maybe. Liberator, no. Thoughtseize, maybe. So, I think I've watched DemonicTutors play this matchup a couple times. I think he shaves on this stuff, because they're kind of not the best against counterspells. And this is a matchup where I think you just, like, you're not relying on the combo as much, and you're just trying to kind of outvalue them. That being said, I don't know if I want Thoughtseize. I'm not in love with Thoughtseize. Maybe I want to cut more evolutions. What if I cut all the evolutions? Is that crazy? Just like bring in a couple Thoughtseizes? Nah, I'm just going to do this. So -2 evolution, minus a chord, +3 endurance. I think that's okay. Alright, so we're on the play. We have a 1-lander, which I don't think we can keep. This hand's better. think I'm going to put back the second ignoble hierarch. Because it's the most fragile, and I think I'd rather just keep all my lands. Alright, they're on 6 as well. Get to go forest, hierarch, ship it. And then even if the hierarch dies, we can just play Wall of Roots. No 1-drop, that's good. No 1-drop is good. Alright, they're going to bobble themselves. Okay. Looks like they don't want the cards they're going to consider. Grist here would be fantastic. Okay. So we get to go wall. And then wall, and then pass. And then just hold up the cord. I'm not going to cast it anytime soon until they tap out. But next turn we're threatening cord for 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're threatening cord for 5. Well, I guess 4. There's no reason to do it for 5, obviously. We don't have any 5-drops. The question is, what do I want? I don't know if I want Yawgmoth or Grist. I guess we'll see what we draw. Okay, that's free. On this board, they're on 2 card types. Because I do kind of want to main phase it to player on counterspell. Just the question of, do I want Yawgmoth or do I want Cord? Or Grist, excuse me. Interesting. I think I just get Yawgmoth, right? Yeah, I'm just going to get Yawgmoth. So green, green, 1, 2, 3. And then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I don't have to tap the peat land. So let's get the Yawgmoth, play the peat land, and I think just pass. And they're only on 2 card types for Delirium, so they're not really close to killing the Yawgmoth, which is good. And now this blanks Ragavan, mostly blanks Channeler. Does not blank a 6/6, or 7/7 actually. Okay, it's not bad. Alright, Steve Vince tapped. Let's, I think, start by sacking the peat land, and then go from there. We just wanted a dying creature. Okay, that works. So, cord for 1, I think? Yeah. So let's go... So I get to tap 1. Alright, X equals 1. Let's get a wolf. Let's go sack the wolf, counter on the Murktide. Let's see if we can find another Undying creature. Alright, let's go sack the wall, counter on the wolf. That's not quite lethal. I think we're a mana short, correct? If I get Messenger? Yeah, I think I'm a little short there. Right, because I go sack, wall for Messenger. 1, 2, 3. The problem with sacking wall for Messenger is I only have 1 mana left over, which means I can't cast Blood Artist. What I was hoping to do is find a Blood Artist. Because I think you have to be at more life than your opponent, right? So if I get Messenger, then they go to 18. I go to 16, sack the Messenger, they go to 16. So we're both at 16 Messengers in play. And then I go sack Wolf to 15, counter on Messenger. Sack Messenger to 14, they go to 14. And then it's 13, 12, 12, 11, 10, 10, 9, 8, 8, 7, 6, 6. Yeah, see, I always go lower before they do. So then it's 5, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1, 0. Yeah, okay. So I would die before they do. So in that particular case, let's do this again, I think. Okay. It's a 5/5. Trying to find a blood artist or another. I mean, I guess at this point I could just evolution for a grist, and that's probably good enough. Yeah, let's just not get fancy here. Let's just not get fancy. Let's go, I think, sack the bird. Get grist. Gonna sack the hierarch. I should have attacked first. Yeah, I should have attacked first. It's fine. Yeah, this was kind of poor sequencing. If I was going to do this the whole time, I should have just done the grist first and not sack my whole board to put counters in their Murktides. I don't know why I did it like this. Well, the reason I did is because, remember, I had access to 4 mana, which means that if I found a Stranglerootgeist, then I could go, basically, then I would have a Yawgmoth Bargain in play until I found either a Cord or a Blood Artist, and that would have just killed them on the spot. So that's what I was aiming for, but then I kind of got, like, a little ways of the way in, and then I was like, well, it's probably not going to work out now. Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to respond. So this is going to be Removal Spell on Yawgmoth. That's fine. I can live with that. Let's go make a token. Play Hierarch. Could even Besage the Dress down. Not that I really need to. Alright, attack for 2. No Exalted, unfortunately, but we're chilling. This is fine. We got Endurance. We got an active Grist. I think we'll be okay. Stole the Yawgmoth. Petty Theft the Yawgmoth. Okay. So they have Counterspell? That's what this is? Well, would you like to counter my Endurance? Would you like to counter my Endurance? They probably can't afford to. And now I'm just not going to play the Yawgmoth. Alright, plus here. Catacombs. Attack for 5? Yeah, attack for 5. Again, not going to play the Yawgmoth into their obvious counterspell. There's just no reason to. Kind of make them act first. You can fetch a Dryad Arbor end of turn. Like, we have a better board than they do. They're the ones that have to act. They can't just sit behind counterspell the whole game. That's not going to work out. Found Iteration. Maybe they had that last turn. They got a Bolt, but they don't have a land. Okay, now they can cast the Bolt. So Bolt Grist. Okay. Alright. It's good for them. Let's get the Aboa. Hey, where's my Dryad Arbor? Oh, I milled it. Shoot. I milled it with the, That's big sad. I milled it with the Grist. I didn't even realize that. Alright, untap. That's pretty good. Again, I don't think they can counter it. Like, they know that I have Yawgmoth. If they counter this, they probably lose. I guess they might just lose anyways. Dress down in response, perhaps? And then they take 5, and I just get to resolve Yawgmoth when they don't have Delirium. I guess Dress down would be a 3rd type, but... Well, they are going to counterspell, which I accept. Okay, so what's the best way to do this? Alright, never mind. The best way to do this is they concede. Alright, game 3. Let's go. Alright. On the draw against Murktide. There's been a lot of Murktide lately. I want to say there was like 4 in the top 8 yesterday. And then, like, at least 6 or 7 more in the top 16 / top 32. It's kind of crazy. Well, Sand has Dryad Arbor in the opening hand and no mana accelerants. I think I have to ship this. Okay, this is better. Let's put back the Peatland, I think. Could put back the second Hierarch. Nah, I think I'd rather put back the Peatland. Just in case they boarded in Blood Moon. I don't think they would do that, but... Please no Ragavan, please no Ragavan. Alright. Yeah, it's annoying if they have a removal spell. Hopefully it's Consider, but... Our hand is, like, not terrible through a removal spell. It's not great, obviously, you know. We wouldn't want that to happen, but... Alright, dead. Dead, dead, dead. Now they have Counterspell. I'm gonna play Hierarch here. Not in love with this play, but... Because it doesn't use my mana efficiently. But it does give me the out of holding up Endurance if they don't have a second removal spell. And I don't draw land. Also plays a little bit better just in case they have Blood Moon. Like if I play Geist, I have to get Overgrown Tomb. And then they moon me, and then I can play the Hierarch, but then they kill the Hierarch and it's bad, so... I mean, I kind of just want to draw lands. I think I'm just not going to fetch. I kind of want to draw lands anyways. Not that land. Alright, well, I'm certainly not going to cast Evolution. Do I want to cast Endurance here? Yeah... I guess. Let's hold up Endurance here. I'm not sure if that's right, but... I have a feeling they're going to cast a spell here. Which means I can get more cards. Because I'm just going to let the Charm resolve. Oh, it's just a Borrower? Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to main phase the Endurance, because I kind of don't mind if they counter this. I think that's okay for me. I have 4 cards. They probably just don't attack, unless they're like committed to countering the Endurance, which I think that's fine with me. Basic Swamp. I will cast Endurance, which it looks like it's going to get countered. They have 3 cards left. So now we're on a bit of a clock. Max punished. This is awkward. Don't really want to go for Evolution here. Alright, I think I'm going to quote-unquote take a turn off and just go Geist. I should have left back the Arbor, in case they dash Ragavan. I'm not going to hold back, though. I am going to attack. Yeah, I got a little punish for fetching that basic Forest. Maybe I shouldn't have played around Blood Moon. It's not great. You're gonna go Murktide, hold up Counterspell. Yeah, that's not good. I mean, I kind of have to go for this at this point, right? Like, I'm too far behind. Don't really have a choice. Don't think it's gonna work, but, you know. Kind of just have to go for it. Counter your spell. Alright, you can go. Taking 10 and going to 2. Dead to Bolt. Probably finds Bolt. Mishra's Bauble. I mean, even if they don't bolt us, I don't think we have any outs. Did I mess this game up? I'm trying to think of what I could have done. I thought maybe I could have, like, main phased the Endurance. Does this game really change if I resolve an Endurance? Because, like, their graveyard was kind of small. The turn that I could have resolved Endurance, their graveyard was kind of small. I don't think I would have been able to, like, stop their Murktide at that effectively. Yeah. I think this matchup is kind of tough. I don't think there was too much different. Obviously, I could have resolve that endurance at the end step when I had the opportunity. Which might have delayed their Murktide for a turn, but like they still had double counter spell, so I don't think there was much I could have done about that. So, yeah, that was round 1 against Blue-Red Murktide, and we'll be back here in just a minute for round number 2. All right, everybody, back here for round number 2. This hand has all mana. I kind of feel like you're supposed to keep these hands. You do have a lot of, gasoline spells. You have, 4 Chord, 4 Evolution, 4 Yawgmoth. So I think with that much gas, I think these hands are fine. Like, obviously they're not great, but any action spell, this hand's pretty good. Looks like maybe Murktide again. Again, as we said before, there's a lot of Murktide going around. Basic Mountain, okay, not Murktide. Burn, maybe? This hand's kind of rough against Burn. Because I have to play, like, a million spells and... Oh, never mind. Okay. Not that these are good cards against Ren and 6, but... So I'm going to play the wall, obviously. The question is, do I commit one of the birds to force the Ren down tick? I think... Like, they already have the land in hand. I think that's just bad. I think I can get more out of the birds. Like, if I hold off on playing these until I find a Yawgmoth, I can immediately sacrifice them for some amount of value. Or, if there's a turn I can deploy all 3, and they can only kill 1 with Ren, I can at least get a boost of mana the next turn. So, that's kind of the reason to hold them there. Okay. Yeah. Endurance. Endurance. This is a bit awkward. So, example, this turn I can play Bird Hierarch, and they can only kill 1 of them. And then I'll have access to 4 mana next turn. And then if I rip a land, I can go Endurance plus Geist, which is a pretty good turn. Let's do that. Let's go Bird. I think I'm going to go double Bird, because I think Bird is the weaker of the bunch. But we need to find a land there. Land would have been pretty good. Got a Foothills. Alright, I'm going to block the Ragavan. So they can't, well, I don't want to get hit by Ragavan, and they can't Ren and 6 the wall now. But I assume they're just going to downtick the kill a bird anyways. Yep. Makes sense. Okay, we did draw the land. Which means I get to go Geist. I could just go Geist, Hierarch, attack Ren for 3, and then Artist, maybe? Just, like, kind of dump my hand, right? Because I have 5 mana. Go Artist, into Geist, into Hierarch, and then leave the Endurance back for next turn. And then I still have an 0-3 to block Ragavan. Sounds pretty good. Yeah, let's go with that. So let's go black. I guess I'll play around Blood Moon. It's a card they could have in their deck. Looks like they're probably playing Ponza. So let's go black, this, Artist first. Then we go green, Geist, and then green, Hierarch. And then we attack Ren for 3. So that way, if they want to downtick the Ren to kill a Minidork, they have to lose the Ren, which is pretty good. And again, we still have a blocker for the Ragavan and the Wall Roots. So, not terrible, given the circumstances. Yep, I will definitely block the Ragavan. I guess this is bad if they have a second Ren, because they can go ping, probably. They're playing with Light Up the Stage. Interesting. They revealed Unholy Heat. which they do not have delirium currently. Now they do. So now they can... Do they even want to cast heat? They're probably just going to go if hold up heat. Yeah. Okay. Wall of Roots. Okay, let's go 1, 2, wall. And then I guess we're just going to pass. And then if they go to fetch EOT, I'm going to respond and cast Endurance, so they can't... Yeah, I'm going to respond to this, because I don't want them to be able to Delirium Heat the Endurance in response. Because now they just never had a window to kill the Endurance. Obviously, they weren't playing around Endurance, but had they not fetched, they would have, been a little bit better against Endurance. Red. Pyromancer, okay. I could make the glyphs a little bit bigger. Does not. It's good. Just need to find the Yawgfather. Okay, makes the glyphs 3/4s. I attack with Glyph, I can just double block with Endurance Geist, though, so it's not really a good attack. Alright, well, I will take that block. I will trade half of my Strangler Geist for... Oh, there's no instant in the graveyard. I'm dumb. This was bad. I didn't realize there wasn't an instant in the graveyard. Yeah, now they just heat the Geist. I could have sworn there was already an instant. I guess not. Alright, this is bad. I should have just taken it. Alright, Yawgmoth. Yawgmoth! We have 12 copies. That is not one of our 12-outer. Did we get in for a point? Yeah, it's kind of a free point. Every point matters. Surely we'll draw one of our 12 Yawgmoths next turn. Surely. Okay, so what isn't in the graveyard? We have creature, land, artifact, instant. So we're missing sorcery, enchantment, planeswalker. Whoa, that is a Domri, Anarch of Bolas. Whoa. Whoa. Didn't expect that one. Okay, so block the 3s. And go to 5? That only gives me 5 Yawgmoth activations, though. I think I need to preserve as much life total as possible, but then I only have 3 creatures left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exactly enough to cast Yawgmoth. Oh, this would give me 10, which would give me 2 mana left over, but again, I take 5. I think I have to do it like this. I think I have to take 5 here. Alright, surely we'll hit our 12-outer. I mean, I could chump block other creatures, but I don't really have outs. Alright, game 2. Red-green Delirium is the only way I can describe our opponent's deck. Thoughtseize seems bad. Endurance seems really good. Force no. Punishment is fine against Tarmogoyf, but like doing it for 2 is kind of sketchy with Wall. Ooze seems decent. It's bad. Is there ever a world where I like cut Birds of Paradise? Is that crazy? Against Ren and 6? It's kind of insane. Maybe Trimbird? Maybe the Scoos is too slow. Trim and Evo. No, I'm going to keep Evo. I'll trim a Wolf. Let's do that. I know trimming a Wolf against Ragavan is not great, but typically on the draw, people will board out Ragavan against you anyways, so you don't have to expect them. Like, I don't know if I would necessarily expect my opponent to keep in Ragavan, which, like, kind of makes me feel okay boarding out a Wolf. This hand seems bad. This hand seems fine. And by fine, I mean quite good. What do I put back, though? Actually leaning towards putting back the cord. I'm just, like, trying to play a fair game. Let's go, like, turn 2 wall, turn 3 grist. I guess the other option is put back endurance, but that's kind of bad if they have a fast channeler. I'm just going to put back cord, I think. We got 12 Yawgmoths in our deck anyways. It'll be fine. DRC, we got that on lockdown. It's actually not a bad draw. Gonna suck if they have Ren, but not a lot we can do about it. Alright, upkeep, bolt my Hierarch. That's fine. So no Ren, but I guess they're killing the Hierarch anyways. Stomping Ground untapped. I mean, show me the second bolt. Obviously, it's a free tag for them, but... yeah, it's rough. I think I'm supposed to block, but... yeah. I think they'll attack and do endurance. This is not suspicious at all. If Swift Spear in their deck? That's kind of weird. Alright, Abundant Harvest resolves. Magus of the Moon. Okay with that. We got 2 forests. They named land. No Delirium. They're definitely not attacking, right? There's no way they're attacking. Yeah. But now I get to go Endurance your graveyard away and then play Grist and hold back the Endurance to protect it, which is why I like this line better. I could wall Geist, but I think I just want to start making tokens. And we're just going to sit on the Grist. No attacks. No attacks. They got 3 cards in hand. Red, red, red. Pyromancer, light up the stage. Okay. I accept. Jeez. That's a pretty good light up the stage. I might even get them Delirium. Although I kind of want them to get Delirium, because then their Channeler has to suicide itself. So they don't really want to put Delirium here. I mean, they could just choose to not stack the bauble, right? Wait. Why didn't they play the bauble first? I'm confused. Am I getting punked by Mutagenic Growth? There's no way they have that card in their deck, right? Okay. Nope. Turns out they did not have Mutagenic Growth. Alright, well, Birds is a lot worse than the draw, so I don't mind trimming Birds. Yeah, I think this is fine. Just go with this. On the draw. Sand has a lot of mana sources. It does have 2 peatlands, though. I think I'm going to ship it. Okay, this is much, much better. How do I want to play this hand? I actually kind of want to put back Hierarch. I just go Wolf into Wall, into Endurance, into Cord for Yawgmoth. I think that makes more sense. It's also much better if they have, you know, removal or Red and 6. Yeah, I think I'd much prefer to have this on 1 than a Mana Dork. Also better if they have Ragavan, which they do. Got a Bobble as well. Bobbling me. Alright, I want to go Forest Swamp, so I do want to get basics in case they Blood Moon me. Apologize if you can hear my computer fan. It's extremely loud, and I don't really know why. It's not usually this loud. I don't know what's happening. I don't think you can hear it. I think I have my, what you call it, sound reducer up. Alright, run uptick. Evolution's a banger draw. Alright, let's get the Swamp, because they did show us Magus last game. Let's play the wall, and shields up. We could Cord for a Dryad Arbor. We'll see what they do. I don't know if that's the play I want to make, though. Okay. Red-green, Tarmogoyf. Tarmogoyf is fine. Monastery, Swift Spear. Did I change my mind? You know what? I kind of want to Cord for a Dryad Arbor. It just gives me more mana because I'm going to end up sacrificing the wall to the evolution anyways. So I think like having access to more mana is kind of cool. So now we get to go green, green, this. Evolution, sack wall. Get Big Papa. I'm gonna kill the Ragavan right now, just to draw a card. Can also shrink the Goyf at some point. Alright, well... I don't know if they were dead, but I wish I could draw a card here. They were not in a good spot, we'll just say that. And they're too far away from Delirium to be able to handle the Yawgmoth. So we're 1-1. That's not bad. Round number 3. We'll be back in just a bit. YouTube, round 3, black-green Yawgmoth. Got a little bit of a sketcher on the play, but I think I'm going to risk it. This hand's got enough mana where that I think even if they kill my first mana dork, we'll be okay. And if they don't have a removal spell on turn 1, we don't really care about how many removal spells they have after that. So it's what we like to call high risk, high reward. And even if they kill my mana dork, if I draw a land, I can just go wall hierarch. So basically, if this hand draws a land, it's perfect. Is kind of what I'm getting at. Opponent's on 5. It's good for us. Let's go lead on Bird, because I think it's weaker. Generally, Hierarch is a little bit more impactful. We want to see, like, an island here. That's fine, too. If they're playing Rhinos? Oh, no. Matchup is so bad. I've played this matchup a lot from the Rhino side, and I don't know if I've ever lost a Yawgmoth playing Rhinos. So let's really hope they're not Rhinos. Because that means we're going to have a bad time. I mean, I guess this is how you beat them, right? You just slam a fast Yawg. Alright, probably not Rhinos with Heath. Looks like we are going to get Rend, though. Okay. This is kind of cool. We can actually kill the Ren in 6. It's kind of awesome. Because we get to Cord for Dryad Arbor, and with Exalt... Oh, no, they're killing the... right. Well, I still think we have to Cord anyways. Because we need to be able to have enough mana to play Yawgmoth. I mean, I guess we can just Grist the Ren in 6. Ideally, I draw land. Yeah, because now I can just go... We can just go Geist, Grist, and then pop the Ren in 6. Or I could just attack the Ren in 6, yeah. I just attack Ren and then play Grist uptick. It's way better. I guess they could Solitude me? It's a card they could have. But if they Solitude the Geist, the Solitude that's not going after Grist, or Yawgmoth, excuse me. Alright, Grist. Grist. Milled Endurance. Good to know. Alright, looks like our one-lander is going to pay off. And they're not Rhinos, which is good for us. So they're 4-color without Yorion. That's interesting. I wonder if that means they're like Bring to Light Scapeshift or something? This is Prismatic Ending on Grist. Yeah, that's totally fine. Alright, backup Yawgmoth is nice too, so let's just play the Yawg. I'm going to sack the Geist to put a counter on nothing. Just to draw a card. Found a land. Okay, do we put a counter on the Geist? Yeah, I think so. Draw a couple cards here. It's not lethal per se. Counter on nothing, sack the Geist. Let's go sack the insect token, counter on the Geist. Counter on nothing, sack the Geist. Alright, we're not going to go too deep here. Because we can't actually kill our opponent. So I think I'm just content with this. We'll just hit for 3 and pass. I think I'll be content with this. I'm not going to go super deep. I don't know, they could Verdict me or something, but I still get to draw 5 if they Verdict me. Actually, I get to draw more than 5. Not that Verdict would be good for me. Verdict would be really bad if that's a card they had, but... I feel like Ren Prismatic Ending is not a Verdict deck. Yeah, they don't have Verdict mana. They're just going to play Omnath? That one's not going to be good enough. Alright, let's untap. Should be able to kill them. Let's go... green, this. Let's go Evolution, sack the wall. Let's get the Messenger. Trigger the Messenger. Counter here, sack the Messenger. Auto yield. I believe this is game. Yep. Alright, so 4-color, no Yorion, huh? I still kind of feel like this is not a Thoughtseize matchup. Liberator, no. Ooze, no. Is Endurance good against them? I don't think so. Necromentia? Like, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really like any of these sideboard cards. Maybe the Thoughtseizes are good. Can, like, trim Young Wolf because they're not a Ragavan deck, and it's pretty mediocre. It's just like, not a really impactful card. Trim a bird against Ren and 6. And then maybe cut the Endurance and bring in Thoughtseize. Like, I don't love Thoughtseize, but I also just don't really think anything else in our deck is good. Or our sideboard, excuse me. Maybe I keep the Endurance and only go 3 Thoughtseize, because I don't know how often I want to draw 2 Thoughtseizes. Although, what does Endurance even do? I guess it messes with Ren and 6. It's like a flash threat. Alright, we'll keep in the 1 Endurance. Mostly just because I don't know how often I want to draw 2 Thoughtseizes. Maybe I do. It's close. This deck is fun. I love this deck. It had such a good weekend, too. Oh, man. Sunday, Yawgmoth Mirror in the finals. Saturday, Yawgmoth won both challenges. It's kind of insane. Yeah, this hand's great. Easy keep. Opponent went to 6. You love to see it. But the Ren and 6 deck mulliganing doesn't really matter. Like, Ren and 6 just puts you... gets the mulligan back. It's like, sometimes the first 2 mulligans are free with the Ren and 6 deck. Alright, well... we have to ask ourselves... I think I'm supposed to play Young Wolf here. It's just so much better if they have Ren and 6. And I'm not trying to play Evolution on 2 anyways. The reason it's so much better is because if I commit a bird, if they just kill it and I have no board presence. With this way, they go uptick Ren. I can go Hierarch and Bird, attack the Ren for 2. Then even if they minus, I still have a second Mana Dork in play. So it's like, just ends up being a lot better if they have the Ren, which looks like they do. Yeah. Second Hierarch would be kind of gassy here. Just put the Ren to 1. Oh, that works. Yeah. It's not the best because I'm not making land drops, but I am pressuring the Ren in 6. And given my hand, I think that's more important, actually. Which might sound kind of weird, but... This is going to be Prismatic Ending on Geist. But then if they go uptick, we just go Hierarch, kill your Ren, so... Ends up being okay. But then we kind of get dumpstered by Omnath. Boseiju. Alright, let's go play Boseiju, play Halo. See what they do. I'll go to combat. We'll attack the Ren in 6, trigger Exalted. And then I will second main, play a bird, and ship it. We can end of turn Chord for Dryad Arbor, which is actually something we probably should do. Especially if they tap out for Omnath, because we just might be able to kill them. Oh, I can't Chord because I have Twilight Mire untapped. Oh no. That's a disaster. Teferi Time Raveler. Yeah, man, I thought there was, like, a reason I didn't want to pre-combat both of my things. Ah, oh, God. Yeah, that's gross. That ends up being really punishing. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yawgmoth. I have 4 cards in hand. Oh, if only I had a Dryad Arbor in play, this would have been so much better. Yeah, what I should have done is tap these 2 to make double green, play the 2 things pre-combat, and left up these 3. Because then I could have courted for Dryad Arbor, but obviously I can't filter with my creatures. Okay, let's go... Play Yawgmoth. Should probably attack first, right? I wonder if I attack them or Teferi. I think attacking Teferi is a losing battle. And I think I just want to get them... I think I'd rather just have the 2 damage. Because when I eventually start going for my combo, I'm going to need to make sure I'm a little bit higher life total. And I do have the Peatland, and Yawgmoth wants me to pay a bunch of life, etc., etc. Okay, so counter on nothing, sack the wolf, draw a card. Found a Wall of Roots. I don't know if I want to go any deeper. I think I'm just going to stop here. Yeah, I'm going to stop here. I don't want to sack any of my mana creatures just yet. We can definitely kill them next turn with, well, through no interaction, which is very unlikely, obviously. But we might be able to set up Wall Chord Evo. Oh yeah, they just do that. I guess that was a reason to attack Teferi, huh? I forgot they could just bounce the Yawgmoth. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I probably should have attacked Teferi because of that. For some reason, I didn't think about them just bouncing the Yawgmoth. Okay, there's a fetch land. Then the Bring to Light? Looks like they do. Yeah, I definitely should have attacked Teferi there. That's bad. BTL for 4. Oh my god, they had banger. What up, by the way? I don't think we can win anymore, but we'll try. We will try. Oh, you know what? I probably should have main phased. I should have just done this for Dryad Arbor, assuming they have nothing. Yeah, just get more mana and play. Definitely should have got the Arbor. Dryad plus Valakut. I think that's probably enough for me. Yeah, okay. Alright, I've seen enough. Game number 3. I don't really think I'm supposed to bring in Necromentia. Maybe I am. Just name Valakut. Thoughtseize does look a little bit better. Let's cut the last... I want to keep the Wolf. I really don't know. Alright, Endurance is definitely bad. Let's just go for Thoughtseize. Yeah, I thought they were like a mid-range deck, but they're definitely not a mid-range deck. So I don't want the Endurance. I'm pretty sure this hand is too slow. I mean, that's turn 3 Yawgmoth with Cord. It is good against Ren and 6. Alright, I'll keep this hand. I'm not sure if this is right, but I think it's fine. It's like probably barely marginal enough to keep, I think. But it is good against Ren and 6, so. Get a Forest. It's not great against Prismatic Ending. Hopefully they don't have that one. That's not good. Okay, Ren's fine. Thankfully, no Prismatic Ending. So I play Yogg. They go Tef Bounce. But then we can... Oh, no, I can't cord because this doesn't make green. Can't even cord here. Awkward. Would have loved to cord for a Dryad Arbor. They play Tef. Tef resolves. Bounce the Yawgmoth. I guess I can crack Catacombs for a Dryad Arbor. Which I guess I probably will do. Yeah, we'll just go counter on wall, play Yawgmoth, hold up the fetch. Or... Yeah, no, that makes more sense. Black, 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 green, Yogg. I was gonna say, I could just cord for the Dryad Arbor. What's the point of doing that when I could just fetch for the Dryad Arbor? I mean, I can probably kill them next turn, depending. Hopefully they just go, like, land Omnath. It's probably too much to ask, though. Well, they're fetching now. Hopefully it's not White Source Verdict. Okay. Black, white, blue. What the heck is this? Oh, Prismatic Ending Yawgmoth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess I can just cord for another Yawgmoth. Yep, that resolves. So I still don't want to fetch the Dryad Arbor yet. Kind of sucks that I have to main phase the cord because of the Teferi, but you do what you gotta do. Yeah. Now if they have Omnath, they can just go Omnath, fetch land plus something. I feel like we're not going to win this game. Yep. Evolution, does that do anything? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, evolution for Yawgmoth. Well, no, I'd go, what? Cord for... This is tough. Because I could cord for a young wolf, and then evolution sack the wall to get Yawgmoth. Is that good? Could also. Is there any chance I'm supposed to just evolution for a grist? And then kill the red and 6 by sacking the wall? I mean, I could just do that next turn, but I can just cord next turn. I think I'm just going to cord main phase. Yeah, I'm just going to cord main phase. Sack the wrong land, but... Alright, let's go 1. I don't know if this is the right play, but... Let's get the Yawg. This sets us up for next turn, and they can't minus the Teferi here, so... Like, I think this is okay. Okay. That's kind of fine. Guess they could find another Teferi to maybe bounce the Yawgmoth. Thankfully, they don't have Omnath. It's good for us. Guess, like, Dryad maybe stinks? Nope, no Dryad, because they would have played Dryad first. Okay. Plus Tef, yeah. Crack fetch. Oh, because they just want to get it back with Ren. Well, I think we can kill them, right? I think we can kill them. Green mana. What's this? Another Grazer? Sure. That is fine. Alright. My turn. Alright, let's figure this out. Let's figure this out together. So I have access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. Which is 6... 2 floating with the combo, right? Or no, I could just get Messenger. Yeah, no, I just go... Yeah, okay. So this... 1, 2, 3, 4... Oh, I tap all my green. So x equals 1. No, I guess x equals 2, and then we sack the... No, core x equals 1. Yeah. And then we just sack the 1 to get... Yeah. Then we sack the 1 to get the messenger. Alright. I will get the messenger. If I can find it. Trigger the messenger. Is that game? Do they have endurance? Show me the endurance. So GG's. Don't think they have the endurance. Cool. All right. Again, bit of a slow hand, but we ended up assembling the combo. So, yeah, I don't know. Not much to say about that. You know, their hand was also pretty slow. I think they maybe got a little bit flooded. They didn't have the Omnath that one turn, which was pretty good for us. So, what are we, 2-1? 2-1! Round number 4 in a minute. Alrighty, YouTube, round number 4. This hand looks pretty good. We're going to keep it. We got Mana Dorks. We got a couple combo pieces. Hand seems quite good against most things. Got a Ragavan. Serum Visions. I feel like Murktide doesn't usually play Visions. This could be like Storm or some other combo deck. But given they didn't lead on Ragavan, I am just going to play a bird. It's possible I'm still supposed to play the Young Wolf here to play around Dash Ragavan. Oh, alright, there's the Storm. There's not a lot we can do here. I can cord for 0. Don't really think that accomplishes anything. So, yeah, I mean, we're probably going to die. But if we don't die, can maybe do some stuff next turn. Also, getting my free point. I'm not going to cord for a Dryad Arbor because I just want to cord for a relevant card. Alright, and I'll probably pause the video, and I'll see you here either when I'm dead or when my opponent passes. Alright, so turns out, didn't have to wait that long. Opponent just passed. So I think I kind of have to just chord for Grist and hope it works out. I mean, good chance they have Remand, but if I do nothing, I'm probably going to die, so... Also, I could hold up chord theoretically in case they have, like, go for Endurance when they pass and Flames me, but that still loses to Remand anyways, so... I think this is better to do it this way. This could be wrong, though. Feel pretty good if they don't have Remand. I guess this is... The problem with this line is I go minus kill Brawl, and then I might just die if they have a second Brawl. So, this line is bad against second Brawl. So maybe it's better to hold up for Endurance. I mean, okay. I was going to say, the good thing about Grist is that I actually get to, like, get some stuff into play. Alright, I guess we're gonna pause the video again. See if they kill me. And, unsurprisingly, they found the line, so we're going to game 2. Turns out we would have lost either way, whether we held up because they had the Remand, so I don't think it mattered what we did. Get a lot of good sideboard cards, and by a lot I mean a lot. I don't know if I want Ooze. I feel like Ooze might be too slow. I think we can go down to 1 Young Wolf. I think we want to go down in a couple evolutions because it's really bad against Remand. I think we can, like, shave a Geist. Grist is kind of slow. Is Necromentia too cute? No, I just named Past in Flames, right? Or Grape Shot. The heck else am I cutting, though? Maybe more Grist? I don't know what to cut. Can I trim on Mana Dorks? Maybe we just go cut 2 bird, keeping the Geist. Let's do that. Alright, let's go with that. And we are back for game number 2 on the play. It's a 4-lander, but we have Thoughtseize and Endurance. Okay, I'll keep this. Not exciting, but I think it is fine. Question is, do I play around Blood Moon? I guess since I have the Yavimaya, I can just get basic Swamp. Because if I draw Geist, I can just go Yavimaya Geist. Alright, let's Thoughtseize you. Alright, well, I don't know if this is greedy, but I'm gonna take the cantrip. Kind of cool that you can pitch Dryad Arbor to Endurance. 2-drop. 2-drop, 2-drop, 2-drop. No. Alright, we'll pass. It's actually fine, because then we get to go end of turn Overgrown Tomb, and then we get to slam the Messenger, which puts a lot of pressure on them. Court of Calling is always a welcome addition. Alright, Messenger for the beats. They're going to likely play Baral here. Okay. Yeah. So, question is, what do we do? Interesting. I kind of want to hold up... my stuff. Like, okay, if I play Endurance, or excuse me, if I play Geist... I guess I have 2 green cards to pitch. Still think I'd rather just go Yavimaya attack. Then we can just hold up Endurance. Yeah, I think this is okay. I mean, they probably assume that I have Endurance, right? But now what I can do is I can hardcast Endurance, and then, regardless of how many Remands they have, I have 3 green cards to pitch. So we will resolve Endurance. Does not matter how many Remands they have. Because even if I play Geist that turn, I still can't attack, right? I'm not going to attack my 2-1 into the 1-3. So I think this line is okay. Question is, if they don't go for it, do I end of turn cord? Probably just get like a ignoble hierarch to speed up the clock a little bit. All right, they are going to go for it. So that's the pyretic that we knew about. I assume this is Manamorphose. Yep, that's fine. Serum Vision's also fine. We basically just want to let them. We want them to commit as much to the endurance or to the Past in Flames as possible. Although if they go for it here, I am still going to cast it. I guess the cool thing is we can then either hold up Cord for another endurance, or we can just Cord for Grist and try to kill the Brawl, which might be more beneficial. Although that one's a little dicey if they have Remand. Right, if we just like main phase Cord for Grist and they have Remand, it's kind of bad. So we'll see. Pieces of the puzzle. Okay, that's fine. So they hit a Gifts and a Manamorphose. Okay. I mean, the question is, are they going to keep going for it? Are they going to keep committing as much as possible? I mean, I feel like if you've gone this deep, you probably have to keep going, right? You've already committed a lot to the graveyard. Oh, that was a ritual we didn't know about, too. Okay, so they're casting Past in Flames, and these are 3 of their 4 cards. Can they actually kill me again? They can actually just go for it again, right? Yeah, because if I Endurance them, then they still just get to cast the Ritual and the Metamorphose with the Past on the stack. And then they get to cast them both again and then Gifts to kill me. Wow. Do I have a way out of this? Holy shit. Wow. I don't know if I have a way out of this. Because I can't Endurance and Cord for Endurance. I'm short. Like, even if I pitch cast the Endurance, I only have 5 to be able to Cord for a second one. Maybe I wasn't supposed to attack. Although it wouldn't have mattered, right? Because I evoke... I can't... It's not like I can float mana off of it. I mean, I'm going to cast the Endurance, but I think I'm just dead. Wow. That's shocking. Did not think I was going to lose with Endurance, but they were able to play around it pretty effectively. If I had a second one, I would have been fine, but... Yeah, this is just lethal, right? I'm pretty sure. Manamorphose, then the Past in Flames resolve, and they still have Gifts. Yeah, that looks lethal to me, right? 5 mana, 6, 7, 8 mana with the Gifts. Storm count's already 9. Yeah, we're dead. Wow. Did not think that I was going to lose that game, but they played pretty well for sure. Definitely played very well. So we are 2-2, and we'll be back here for round number 5 in just a second. All right, after a surprising loss to Storm, we find ourselves in the 2-2 bracket. Let's see if we can take it home. Ooh, the fabled Dryad Arbor Twilight Mire opener. If these were any other 2 lands, this hand would be a snap keep. As is, I think this hand is basically unkeepable, because if they kill your Dryad Arbor, you lose the game. So I think we have to mulligan this. And, okay, this is much, much better. Put back, I think, the Court of Calling. And then we just go Yavimaya Hierarch to try and high roll the turn 2 Grist. If they don't have a removal spell. If they do, then we just go Young Wolf Tapland, maybe turn 3 Grist, yada yada. Alright, looks like our Hierarch is dying, as expected. Whoa. Assault and battery. That probably means rhinos, if I had to guess. I don't really know what other deck would want to play assault battery. Well, this matchup is, as I said earlier, atrocious. So, looks like we got ourselves a 2-3 on our hands. Are they 4-color rhinos? Perhaps. Well, think I'm just gonna go Grist Uptick, I guess. Try and do some stuff next turn. Might as well attack. Even if they have Outburst, I get my wolf back. This has to be rhinos, right? Okay. Oh my god, their rhino creativity. Oh my goodness. They went deep. Okay. This is gonna be maybe close. Maybe close. Although, maybe not if they creativity me. I am all about what our opponent's doing. I don't know if it's good, but I'm all about it. Yeah. Alright, you win. Well then, Thoughtseize coming in. I guess Necromentia, even though they have creativity as well. I think it's a little bit easier for us to beat the creativity half of their deck than it is the Rhino half. So if we can Necromentia Crashing Footfalls, I still think that gets us a good part of the way there. Trim 2 Young Wolves, trim an Evolution because they probably have Force, and then maybe cut like a couple of Dorks. Yeah, maybe go like 1 Dork, 1 Cord. Cord's kind of slow. Alright, let's do this. This hand's really slow, but it has turn 3 Yawgmoth. I think we should keep. Again, not an exciting keep, but I think a keep nonetheless. Like the shirt says, I'll keep. It's a good draw. Wall of Boots. What do we got? You're going to get a Triome. So I assume if they're playing Roger and Triumph, they probably have Teferi in their deck, which does make sense. Alright, well, even through a Fire Ice, we can still cast Necromentia, so it's totally fine. What's this? Draw step, sure. Which land do I want to play? I guess this one. Black. Necromentia you. Definitely gonna name Crashing Footfalls, because that's the card that I am the most scared about next turn. Name Crashing Footfalls. Alright. I have to screenshot their hand. I guess I'll screenshot their deck while I'm at it. And I could steal their deck. Maybe I'll play this in another video. Because this deck looks dope. Okay, so they have Assault Battery, Creativity, some Dwarven Mines, another Fire Ice. They do have Teferis. Okay. They do have 3 forces. Alright, cool. You may proceed. Gotta pull this up so I can keep track of their hand. They played the Steam Vents. Okay. Did they draw Teferi? It's a pretty good draw. They bounced the Wall of Roots. Oh, because they're just going to creativity next turn. Right. Okay, so... Because they have Dwarven Mine and creativity. The problem is I can't set up Yawgmoth plus a creature in play. Obviously, I can just go land, Geist, Wall, Bird, kill Teferi. That's probably the only thing that I'm going to do. I actually think I hold the land, because I can just discard the land to the stupid thing. And then I think they're dead next turn, right? With Evolution for Messenger. Oh, I won't have enough mana, because I won't have the Yawgmoth in play. This is a tough spot. Very, very, very tough spot. Oh, wait. No, I can't go... Yeah, I can't go Evolution. Well, I can't go, like, Geist Evolution. I can go Wall Evolution. But that doesn't get me anywhere. Oh, this is really tough. Really, really tough. Because they have the creativity. This is a thinker. Sure to let me know in the comments how would you navigate this turn? Like, land Yawgmoth is horrible because they just get the plus tap and then creativity my Yawgmoth. That's the worst play. I could go land, Bird, Evolution, get a Grist, uptick. That's also bad. Could go Wall, Evolution. That sounds bad. I mean, I think my only play is just dump these three and keep the land in hand to discard to Archon. I don't really see another line, so we're just going to do that. Oh no, I have to play the land. Right. Okay, well in that case... Right, because I go 1, 2, this. Yeah, I have to play the land. Well, then I'll just... I guess at that point, I can just discard the Yawgmoth and Evolution to kill the thing. That's, like, not that bad. So we go green, black, Wall. Green, green, Geist. Green, Bird. Kill Teferi. And then they're going to go... Dwarven Mine, creativity. We're going to discard Yawgmoth, sack the Geist, and then I'm going to go Evolution, sack the Bird. Yeah, Evolution, sack the Bird, get Grist, kill the Archon. I think I have to do that. It's kind of rough, because I'm basically losing all of my resources. Because then I have to sack this to kill the Archon, and I only have this and a Grist left over. Plus the card that I draw for turn, but I think it's my only way out of this. Like, I don't think keeping Yawgmoth is good against Archon. It's not going to get me out of this. I have to keep the Evolution. Sack this, discard Yawgmoth. I mean, obviously, if I draw Grist, that's better. Then I'll just cast Grist, but... Oh, that actually works too, right? Oh, wait, are they dead? No, they're not dead, because I'm off on life total, aren't I? Okay, let's figure this out. So we go black, black, black. Cast Messenger. They're at 16. I cast Evolution, sack the Messenger, Messenger comes back, they're at 14. Okay, let's figure this out. 1, 2, 3, Evolution, sack Messenger. Get Yawgmoth. I'm at 15, they're at 14, right? Then I go sack Bird, counter on Messenger, 14 all. sack messenger, counter on Geist, 13 to 12, and then it's 13, 12, and then it's 12, 11, 10, 10, 9, 8, 8, 7, 6, 6, 5, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1, 0. I think I win by. I think I have it exactly. I think I have exactly enough. I might be one off, but we'll go for it. I think I have it exactly. Pretty sure I have it exactly. I hope I'm not missing. I hope I'm not just like completely messing this up. But I think I have it exactly. I hope I do now. Pretty sure I have it exactly. Really hope I didn't miscount. Well, if I did miscount, then Twitch chat's going to be screaming, or not Twitch chat, but the YouTube commenters will be screaming at the video if I did miscount. I think we're good, though. Cancel. Make sure I actually click on this correctly. Yeah, so they go to 2, and then I go to... Yeah, it's enough. We're good. We're good. We win at 1. Okay. Alright. Whew. I did count it correctly. Alright. Game 3. Okay. To do the math. We did the math. Yeah, let's go again. Let's run it back. Now that they've seen Necromentia, they might board it a little bit differently, but Thoughtseize, Hierarch, Geist, lands. I think this is a keep, right? You can just go like Thoughtseize into Geist, which plays around their removal spells. Okay, they went to 6. Okay, we'll take that. I am going to Thoughtseize here because playing Hierarch is kind of bad into a removal spell. They have Prismari Command and Dead Gone. Well, I'm definitely taking Prismari Command. Or not Dead Gone, Assault Battery. It's kind of the problem with Assault Battery. Like, yes, it's technically better because it goes upstairs. But it's a sorcery. It's kind of sketchy. Ooh. Change of plans. I think I'm just going to double Hierarch here. Because that sets me up for almost a guaranteed Yawgmoth next turn, unless they drew exactly Fire Ice, in which case this is horrendous, but we know 3 of the 4 cards in their hand. Really hope they didn't draw Fire Ice. Okay, that's good. See, even if they drew Rhinos, like, I think this is still okay. Did they draw the Fire Ice? Okay, that's fine. That is acceptable. Ooh. Not bad. Not bad, if I do say so myself. Not shabby. Not too shabby. Is this Tef Bounce Yawgmoth? Suspend Crashing Footfalls. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. Alright, let's play a wolf. Let's play a Geist. Let's go counter here. They said GG. They're not dead necessarily, but yeah, this is going to be pretty hard. I mean, I could draw a bunch of cards to try and find the Blood Artist. I think Blood Artist is the only way I can actually kill them that turn, if I recall correctly. Or I guess Chord. No, because we already played our land. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty straightforward from there. So 3 and 2. You know, I'm not a Yawgmoth expert, but I like to, you know, I would like to imagine that I think I navigated most of those games pretty effectively. there were some tough spots in the matches that we did lose, some interesting decisions that maybe could have had I made different decisions, maybe the matches could have gone a little bit differently. But this deck's incredible. It's, as you saw, it's really flexible. It's very, very good at presenting a fast kill. Like, if you just have Mana Dorks plus Yawgmoth plus some material, that usually gets you enough to, like, set up a turn 3 or turn 4 kill. And it plays a really good grind game. You have a lot of tutors with Court of Calling and Eldritch Evolution, so you effectively have 12 copies of Yawgmoth. There are a lot of decks that have a very hard time beating the first copy of Yawgmoth. You have Grist to go along. You have, Undying creatures that are just immune to removal, most, damage-based removal as is. You have a lot of mana acceleration. This deck is just awesome. I love this deck. I haven't had too many opportunities to play it, but with it doing so well this weekend, I wanted to showcase it to you guys, and I think that was a pretty good video. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.